All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to Entrepreneurs International Network. My name is Becky Askerland, and I am the organizer here for EIN. Each week, we bring a new speaker that we collaborate with to bring you an amazing message, training, and education. And this week, we have a phenomenal speaker that we are honored to be able to bring you. Jill Lublin has we're doing something different. I'm not going to read her bio today. She has an amazing intro video that we are going to go ahead and share with you. So let me go ahead and bring Jill on. And then Mary Beth, if you would like to do her intro, you are welcome to do that at this time.
Jill Lublin is called the media magnet for a reason. She's a force of nature in the powerful world of publicity. International speaker? Check. Coach, consultant, and trainer? Check. Author of 4 best-selling books? Check. Her books include Guerrilla Publicity, Get Noticed, Get Referrals, Networking Magic, and The Profit of Kindness. She's featured in national and international media including ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, CBC, Forbes, and Inc., just to name a few. And she's shared the stage with legends like Tony Robbins, Barbara Corcoran, T. Harv Eker, Jack Canfield, Lisa Nichols, Richard Simmons, Mark Victor Hansen, and John Gray. Jill Lublin is, quite simply, everything publicity. But she doesn't just talk publicity, networking, and referrals. Jill lives and breathes it, so entrepreneurs and businesses can gain more visibility and profitability. And she's spent over 2 decades leaving a trail of amazing success stories in her wake. And if that isn't inspirational enough, Jill's latest book, The Profit of Kindness, introduces the revolutionary concept of kindness as a competitive advantage. Now that's something worth talking about. Ready to learn about publicity and how you can rock the stage, own the page, burst onto the scene, and hit the screen? Please join me in welcoming the founder of Jill Lublin Publicity, Jill Lublin.
Hey, hey, hey. Hi, everyone. This is probably where I dance across the room, and thank you for the claps, and I appreciate that. And so good to see you and Christy, dear friend, old friends, and grateful that all of you are here today. This moment is for you to get your name out there, to create visibility, to get publicity. And, you know, if there is a way, like Becky asked, that you could turn your cameras on, that would be great. Why? Because visibility is publicity. We want to see those beautiful, bright, and shining faces and have you be seen and heard. Because one of the things about publicity is, my definition is, it happens from the minute you walk out your door into the Zoom room, getting a cup of whatever, you know, it's all publicity, my friends. And I think that that's really important that you understand that. And then, do you like M&Ms? Give me a wave, give me a thumbs up, give me a woo woo woo. Do you like M&Ms? Yeah, me too. I don't eat them a lot, but when I do, it's the peanut kind. I love those. Yes. And see, some people love peanut M&Ms too. But the truth is, it never matters what color they are. Here's what I love about publicity. It's like the 3 M's, which is the ability to magnetize you, to multiply you, and to monetize you. And that is powerful publicity. Now, I would like to know from you, what do you think publicity does for you? Do me a favor, put it in the chat. What do you think publicity does for you? I'd love to see that. And of course, the first thing I'll tell you is that it gives you influence and impact. But let's see from you, what do you think publicity does for you? I always love seeing this in the opportunity to have it apply to you. And so when you're looking at what does it do for you, I mean, obviously, yes, branding. Thank you, Don. Raising awareness, Wayne, absolutely. Makes you visible and recognizable, Robert. You got it. Yes, all of those. And of course, here's the other thing it does. Thank you, Sham. Brand recognition. Really, what publicity does is give you that visibility, the credibility, the trust in the marketplace, which you really need right now. That's okay, Mary Beth, we'll take that one down. You need trust in the marketplace right now, right? That's really important. And one thing I didn't hear from all of you was the power of publicity to drive prospects and real business. Who's up for that? Yes, yes, yes. Come on, let me see you. Yes, yes. And by the way, I love response. I think it's important. And again, gets you noticed and seen. And so the power of publicity is going to drive your clients right to you, the right ones, because you're speaking to them. And so with that today, my intention is to give you good and simple things that you can do quickly and clearly and get publicity. I'm going to let you know how you can continue to work with me. And I'm going to answer your questions. So if you have a question that comes up, go ahead and feel free to even put it in the chat as you're hearing something, or certainly toward the end. I would love to take your questions, okay? And we'll wrap up with plenty of time for you to go on to anything you need to go on to. But this is a key time to create your publicity for you. So really be listening with big ears and new ways of how you can get your message out. Because here's the thing, and I brought you a flower. Whoop, something else just fell, sorry, from San Francisco. See the sunflower? Those are my favorite kind. I brought you flowers from San Francisco because I want you to plant a publicity garden. You see, publicity is an evolutionary process, right? And so you have to plant gardens, and you want to start planting now, and 3 months from now, and 6 and 9 and 12 months, a year ahead if you can, is a wonderful way to create that visibility factor that gets you noticed, seen, and heard. Because let me also let you know that publicity gets you seen, heard, and paid. And that's a beautiful thing, right? So we want to plant your publicity garden and be in 2 words, and that is consistent and persistent. Write that in the chat. I want you to be consistent and persistent in the marketplace. And so it isn't about spending lots of money, although I wrote guerrilla publicity, so I want you to have simple, imaginative, creative, and frankly, very efficient and effective ways to get your publicity done. But I also want you to have the garden that grows your beautiful publicity opportunities. And I think that that's really important to connect to your message. Okay, so speaking of message, I want to give you a wonderful opportunity to have a great message and to have a formula that works in the marketplace. Now, do me a favor, put in the chat, what are the first 2 letters in the word message? Look at it on the screen. What are the first 2 letters? Put it in the chat, please. First 2 letters in the word message is you, John. Exactly. It's me. It's you. All of you. In the word message is me. Isn't that interesting? Thank you. And what are the last 4 letters in the word message? Put it in the chat, please. Last 4 letters in the word message is what? Sage, exactly. Thank you, Wayne. In the word message, thank you, is me, Sage. Isn't that interesting? Now, in the word message is also mess. And let me say, what the formula I'm going to give you right now is the way to avoid a mess and get your message out there in simple, easy ways. And that is that all of you are experts, right? Give me a thumbs up if you're an expert. Thumbs up if you're an expert. Yes, thank you. Beautiful. You are all experts. The question is in what? We will figure that out. We will create it. And sometimes you'll lean into something that gets your expertise out there more easily. We'll get to that in just a bit. But for right now, oh, expert you, I want you to solve problems in the marketplace. And so the question is, what's the problem out there? What's the problem today? And answer that question. the problem today, and then fill that in. And then experts give solutions to problems. So I want you on the other side of that is to name 3 solutions are really good. Give 3 solutions, keep them really simple. Keep them connected to who you are. Make them, in other words, it needs to be authentic and resonant for who you are. And believe me, I've worked with all kinds of people in different industries, everyone from the alternative, healers and modalities to, doctors and lawyers and accountants and financial planners and lots in between. And so what I've learned is that obviously, we all have different personalities. So stay aligned with who you are so that that builds trust in the marketplace too. And I think that that's important. But remember also that media is about energy. So particularly when you're being interviewed, you bring your energy up and you show up really well. Okay, and that's important. That means lighting, and we'll go deeper into all that in other programs. But you look at everything with detail, like lighting and positioning, and how do you look? How are you sounding? All that good stuff. And so, experts give the problem today, and then you give solutions. Like I said, 3. I want you to use you words. And I want you to speak in 5-year-old language. Show me 5, show me 5. Come on, show me 5. Thank you. I want you to speak in 5-year-old language so that anyone can understand you. And I think that's really important, that you want to be understood by all kinds of people. And that's why I say 5-year-old, because too many people speak in jargon. And frankly, that doesn't help. Just saying. All right, so with that, the experts out there, and you will be putting yourself out as experts in different times, in different ways, are focusing on your message and focusing on the power of creating a message that resonates. And, sometimes that depends on the time of year. Right now, for obvious reasons, being that it's December, I have a lot of people going out for holiday messages, including a happiness trainer, how to be happy for the holidays, or a person who specializes in art, how to get more creative. And I think that that's really important. And so with that message will help fill the gap. Tell people what to do, because why? You're the expert. You want to tell them what to do and speak in what I call positive language and commanding language. So here are 3 things you must do, kind of thing. And then you tell them. Keep it really simple. So I love this part. And one of the things I've been blessed by is the opportunity to help people tell their messages and bring out the stories. And the truth is that all of you have stories and then ways to translate those stories. And part of what really helps to translate your story is another opportunity to get more publicity. And that is to create what I like to call your ooh, ah factor. Oh, yes, your ooh, ah factor. And that is called a soundbite. You notice how fun it is. It's simple. I'm bringing, 30 years of publicity experience to you in very simple terms, in ways that you can get things done. I want you to notice that, because that's what I want you to do, is keep things very simple for people. And what I mean about using everything you've got is, and that's your ooh, ah factor, is to use everything you've got. And what do I mean by that? Well, it could be your ethnicity, could be your religion. It could be anything about you personally. Like, for instance, I have a woman, she's a business consultant. She has a son who's autistic. We use National Autism Month to talk about being a mom, raising a child. How do you do all of it, and be a good mom and be a good business person? And we bring the stories together. That, in her case, is her ooh, ah factor in using everything she's got. And then I have a woman who is a communication consultant, and we're doing great stories and being very successful in the business sections, for example, of newspapers and business journals, with business publications and some television and radio, about how to communicate successfully in business. And when, remember, use everything you've got. When it's February, before February, which is Black History Month, we completely shift her message to how to be a successful and powerful Black woman and communicate well in today's times. And that's the story that got her into Essence magazine, Black Enterprise, a huge business publication, and all kinds of urban radio, all kinds of places and spaces that she would not have gone if we had stuck with business communication. Not that it really generated great publicity, but I want to show you how to expand your publicity. I remember a woman in my media mastery intensive, and I looked across the screen and I said, "May I ask you, what ethnicity are you?" She said, "I'm Filipino." I said, "Great, would you be open to doing publicity using everything you've got?" Now, she had come into the Media Mastery program because she wanted to promote her digital marketing agency. And I said, yes, and we got some things going on. Would you go out and talk about hashtag Stop Asian Hate? And she said, absolutely, I'm here to get publicity. By doing that, do you know that she got in the top 30, under 30 Filipino businesses, and she was featured in the Filipino Business Journal. That is really powerful. She was 28 at the time. Let me tell you that she got so much publicity using her ethnicity, and one of her dreams was to speak on a stage with Les Brown, who's amazing. You know who Les Brown is? Just a wonderful speaker, yes. And if you don't, go look him up because he's phenomenal. And when she started sending Les Brown the publicity, which I told her to do, he paid attention. And I will tell you, in great excitement and joy, that she was featured on Les Brown's stage because of all her publicity. She also filled her digital marketing agency with lots of clients. Why? Because she drove them to her digital marketing agency and what she wanted to accomplish. The point is, she got a lot of publicity using everything she's got. Now, as I'm saying this to you, and if something comes up, would you do me a favor? Just put it in the chat. Like, what could you be using everything you've got? What's unique about your story? Go ahead and put it in the chat if you've got something. And by the way, being a woman, yes, for International Women's Day. There's Hispanic Heritage Month. I have a Christian client. We do a story about Christian media, in men's media, and then in Christian. Oh, I said that one already, right? So we've got 3 opportunities to get out there. What could you be talking about that perhaps you haven't done before? I really want to put that question out in the world, out there to you. And, let's see how you can start using everything you've got. Oh, I loved, Robert, that's really interesting. Yes. Robert's talking about converting to Christianity while he was looking to debunk it. I love that. That has a lot of ways you can go, Robert, and a really interesting, very interesting story, I'm sure. And the story of that is a wonderful one to go into all kinds of other publications than even what your business does. Because here's what I want you all to know. Whatever you do in your business, every way you get into the media, it's going to drive people right to you and your website. I promise you. And that's what's so great about visibility, is that no matter what you're talking about, we're going to always drive people exactly where you want them to go. And as entrepreneurs, you know how important it is. And what I know is one of the best strategies for creating clients, revenue, and prospects is publicity. And what it is, and why I love it, is it's a one-to-many strategy, right? And publicity is also a gift that keeps on giving. The great news is once you've been featured, it keeps cycling, and you can recycle it and reuse it. And of course, use it as a braggability factor. That's also important, by the way. And I don't mean from ego. I mean from I was featured in is a beautiful thing to say. And I want you to be able to say it. And that two strategies with your message and using everything you've got will create a powerful foundation to get you out there consistently and persistently. Now, we've done some research and we've got some hot topics, ways and kinds of opportunities for you to get publicity. Take a look at this and take a picture of the screen, because you're going to want to remember some of these. You're going to want to go into this later and go, well, I could fit into this. Like I had a gentleman who'd just been downsized from a corporate job and he became a consultant. Well, that's a hot topic. And he actually got interviewed by multiple business journals talking about how do you start a consulting business, including an ABC radio show in San Francisco that absolutely filled his coaching practice. And he was just starting, right? How wonderful is that? Then I want you to have some visibility building activities, because listen, the power of publicity is that most of my clients, I will tell you, spend 30 minutes a week. So don't tell me it takes too much time or costs too much money, because neither one is true. What it does do is, in a segmented way, by creating that ongoing visibility, you're able to get your name out there and do visibility building activities. So here's a number of them that are simple, that are affordable. One of them you're doing right now. Come on, pat yourselves on your back, on your shoulder, and your heart, because you are networking in a community and you are being seen with your name and who you are. And hopefully you'll ask some questions so that you get even more visibility. By the way, asking questions is a great visibility building strategy, just saying. So I just want to recommend that to you. And so I don't have to read all these to you, but I do want to highlight a few. And one is to sign up for Google Alerts. Most people forget about this or don't know about this strategy. It is completely free. It is through Google. We're going to put in the chat the link to start that process. And you're going to put your name in, as well as like one word. Like, for instance, when my book, The Profit of Kindness, came out, we put in the word kindness. That's how we discovered World Kindness Day was November 13th. Now we can plan campaigns. I've been on multiple Fox News networks, TV, talking about World Kindness Day, lots of publicity all over the place. We'll show you in just a bit. But part of that, and a lot of it, came from Google Alerts. Okay, so that's a really great one. Also, I love nationaldaycalendar.com. It can help you find a holiday that's going to work just for you, or is a related holiday, or something that can be facilitated with an opportunity to get heard and seen in a different way, using other aspects of who you are. Like I mentioned, the mom with the autistic son, we use National Autism Month to get her story out. And that worked. So love nationaldaycalendar.com, and quoted and featured. Look all those up. They are fabulous resources for you to get far more publicity than you ever thought possible. And so we love that. And Becky, let's put a copy of that on the chat too. Is terrific. Thank you for that. And the power of your story, really. I want to go back to that because the power of your story is what's so interesting. I remember a client, Ryan, and Ryan came up to me and said, "Oh, I really want to work with you, Jill." And I'm like, "Great, Ryan, what do you do?" He told me he's an instructional designer. Now, I have to tell you, in all transparency, I had no idea what an instructional designer was. And when he told me, I'm like, "No offense, Ryan, that is not going to get you publicity. It's boring." I said, "Tell me your story." Well, he told me that he'd been downsized from a corporate job. He told me at the time he was fired, his wife was pregnant with their third child on the way. So now he's got two kids, one on the way. And might I mention, he had just bought a big house. Now he's got a big mortgage payment on top of everything else and no job. It wasn't exactly a formula for success. I'm like, "Ryan, what'd you do?" He said, "Well, I started my own company and online within 24 hours, I had 8 employees working instructional design. And I just started my own company out of necessity and, great need, frankly. And it worked." I said, "Ryan, now that's an interesting story." I said, "You know what you are?" He goes, "What?" I said, "You are a virtual office warrior." Now look at the left side of that screen. You'll notice that's the front page of the San Francisco Business Times. This was the kickoff story of a 9-month publicity campaign. Why 9 months? Because it kept going and creating great results. And that was phenomenal. But notice the headline says, "One fired. You too can vow never not to work in an office again." VOW stands for Virtual Office Warrior. That was the story that we put together, that if you look at the right side of the screen, that's only some of the magazines he got into. Imagine You, an Entrepreneur magazine. Would that be good? Oh yeah, give me a thumbs up on that. He was in Mac Home Journal, Home Office Computing, just because he worked from home. And it went on and on. In fact, let me show you some of the other PR results that he got that were so phenomenal. He was literally featured in major national magazines, radio, newspapers, all major media. And his business revenues increased over 40% using publicity marketing strategies. Now, remember the part about use everything you've got? Not only do we use his story, which you saw, Ryan is Asian American. And although he doesn't speak fluent Chinese, we translated an article into Chinese, put it in the Chinese Times. Do you know that one article resulted in over $7,000 in consulting income from that one article? Now that's use everything you've got. And literally, Ryan launched his business, I'm telling you, from zero, when he came to me with faith and a credit card and said, "Let's go, because I know publicity is going to generate clients and prospects for me." He was right. Now he's got a thriving consulting business. And I am so excited for him. But I'll tell you, it wasn't about what he did. This is what I really want you to hear today. It was his story. It was his message. It was using everything he's got. And that was successful. Now, let me show you how we did it for, this is my 4th book, The Profit of Kindness. And, it's a soft topic, honestly. And I'm like, okay, what can we do to create visibility? And one of the things that I'm aware of is the divided states of America, right? And I think we can all agree about that. Well, that story, not, by the way, Jill's got a new book out. Who cares? I mean, I care. My mama cares. Mary Beth cares. But really, it's not the story, nor is sometimes your business topic. Most of my clients don't have books. They have businesses or products, services, etc. And so we got to find the right message. Well, this divided states of America, look at the screen. At the bottom of the screen, that is 1/3 of the publicity we got. Okay, just 1/3. And so with that, we also were in 7 major market TV interviews, including Fox News, CBS News morning shows, in Inc. and Forbes magazine twice now. So how exciting was that? And with that, the power of kindness has been a movement that I've been behind and in front of, and I formed a whole community. And with that, I'm so excited to say that we put together monthly kindness circles. These are opportunities for you to come and network with us, and they're completely free. What's wonderful about that is you will have the opportunity, Mary Beth, go ahead and put that in the chat. You will have the opportunity to be with us, to network with us, and to ask for an act of kindness for yourself, and to hear a great 10-minute speaker speak about kindness. So we do a lot in an hour, and it's just a wonderful way to spend some time, again, completely free. And you go and register at jilllublin.com/kindness circles. So excited to offer you that. But let me just tell you, this was all about using kindness, okay? And if we can get that much press on that, including we are now spreading kindness around the globe. So if you look at the screen, on the left side is the Prophet of Kindness in India. That's pretty good publicity, eh? And on the right side is the Prophet of Kindness in Russian. And I'm just thrilled, to announce that and more. Guerrilla Publicity was in simple Chinese and a number of other countries now. So it's just super exciting to keep spreading visibility as far as you can and as wide as you can. Now, let me tell you that Entrepreneur Magazine, I want to share something with you, because when I wrote Guerrilla Publicity, it's my first book in its 3rd edition now. When I wrote Guerrilla Publicity, I was privileged to speak to media across the world. And one of the things Entrepreneur Magazine wanted me to share with you, and by the way, would it be good to be an entrepreneur? Can you imagine that? Because you should. You are all entrepreneurs. That's why you're here. And Entrepreneur said to share with you that for their June issue, the production is in March. And for the June issue, the writer's deadline is January 15th, which means you're talking to reporters at Entrepreneur around October, November to get them basically a pitch to write about you for June. Isn't that interesting? Remember at the beginning, we talked about gardening. You're gardening your publicity. And I want you again to remember that publicity is an evolutionary process. Now, the thing about publicity, and get your questions ready because we are going to take some very quickly. The thing about publicity is I want you to know you have to say yes. Look, I made a sign for you. Just say yes. The power of publicity is about saying yes, that no matter what, you have the opportunity to come into the media, to control your message, and to get out what you want to say. And the cool thing is, no matter what you say, people are going to find you. They'll Google you. You'll drive them to where you want them to go with your website or free gift. And isn't that great publicity? Like, imagine this being featured simply on podcasts or interviewed or in blogs or on radio, TV, newspapers, magazine. All of it matters and all of it counts. And that's really important. It's also important to understand how to do it and to have systems and processes in place to get that yes from media and do it the right way. So Iman has asked me to tell you about a wonderful program I offer called the Media Mastery Intensive. And what that is an opportunity over short days to laser in on the right PR strategies that make your bio sparkle, that give you a soundbite that works, to literally meet the demands of today's new PR environment. And here's what's super great. I have a media panel there, actual people in the media. So imagine this, you are in front of media, you get to pitch and find out from them what works, what's hot, and what's not in today's media world, right from the mouths of the media people themselves. People love this part of the program. Also, you will have the opportunity throughout the whole event to ask me any question all throughout the event and literally make that pitch and get it right in the right way. The value on this program is $197, and there's lots of things that go into it, highly interactive the whole time. You're mostly in groups and interaction and with me, always direct with me, all on Zoom from the comfort of wherever you would like to be. Now, on top of that, because we've been friends and colleagues a long time, I'm going to give you another bonus, and that is the opportunity to be in my Publicity Crash Course. Now, this event is just a small one-day, half-day actually event, and that is where we're going to do 3 documents right there, like literally roll up our sleeves and get them done. You don't have to think about it. I'm going to do the work with you and for you right there and give you the exact template to follow. Plus, you're going to have, speaking of templates, 4 templates that you can walk away with and use with any project you're working on anywhere. So we are going to do a 30, 60, and 90-day publicity success system. Most importantly, remember this, you're actually getting it done. In all my events, we're getting stuff done right there. So that's a great thing that people tell me they love. That literally is going to save you a lot of time, energy, and money. And so the Publicity Crash Course alone is $197. Both together are $394, and no brainer for you today, it's only $97. Great opportunity to be with me. If for some reason you see the dates on the screen and they don't work for you in January, that's fine. Send us an email. Let us know we have other dates throughout the year, and we'll put you into the date that works for you. To register, it's on the chat, and you go to jilllublin.com/pbbundle or use the QR code on the screen. But bottom line, I'm sure you all know that's an incredible opportunity at a very affordable price, because my commitment to you is let's get your publicity done and do it in the right way in systems that work so the media says yes to you. So super excited to offer you that. And again, it's in the chat also. And so with that, what I'd love to do is open it up and take some questions from you. And I know it looks like Robert has a question. Robert, are you possible to come on screen? And he's asking about an Amazon best-selling book that hasn't done much since the first week. Okay, right. And of course, my first question is, what did you really do about publicity? I'm betting, honestly, if you're telling me it hasn't been since the first week, I would tell you. And by the way, I had a gentleman, I had to restart his publicity after a year, and we did it. And we did it great. And we did it by starting a new story, Robert. So for you, I think you got to start a new story. And Sham asked you, Robert, what's the name of your book? So I'm going to give all of you a lesson right now. Your lesson is that you must always, if you're saying in my book, Guerrilla Publicity, you always say the name of your book right after you say, I have a book or whatever. If you're launching a new program, you're going to say, how to get fit in 30 days. You're going to say the names of your programs right in your main message all the time. Get used to it. So I think that that's really important. And that's a beautiful thing. So Robert, I think with you, and feel free, obviously reach out online. And I know the programs would make a big difference for you in getting your strategy started again. But one of the things I would tell you is let's just start with a different and new story. And that's a real key. Listen, one of my clients came on today in my high level mastermind. She's about to put out a book and she was about to put it out with 2025. And I'm like, oh my gosh, do not do that. It's 2026 with everything you do. Okay. And so that's really important. And Robert, funny enough, what you don't know about me, because it wasn't in my official bio, but I have actually helped people get foreign rights deals. And I used to go to the Frankfurt Book Fair and the London Book Fair and help people sell foreign rights deals. That's frankly how not only did I get mine, but many others in multiple languages. And so part of that is the opportunity to get foreign rights. There are people who specialize in that. Robert, and feel free to reach out. And Mary Beth, do me a favor, repeat the offer because I see Jane just came on, and also put our email in case anybody needs to reach out to us regarding dates or resources that I've mentioned. Okay, so that's really good. Yeah, so Robert, hopefully that'll help you, but just know there are always people looking for new books and new subjects. Okay, beautiful. And Don, you're asking, Don, can you come on camera? I know I saw you quickly there for a minute. Thank you. You're asking about new ways to get publicity for new concept with a real estate as a real estate broker. You are a real estate broker, right? You're on mute.
I'm an agent. I'm not a broker.
Okay, okay. It says broker on there, but no worries. So
But the question about the firm, not about me.
oh, got it. Okay. So yes, and frankly, I've worked with a number, not only of real estate agents, but also brokers, and been brought in to speak and all kinds of stuff for different associations in real estate, and have had some clients in that arena. So great news for you is there are real estate editors all across the nation, both in the daily newspapers as well as the business newspapers, right? And
Right.
that I'd start there with something
Start there.
interesting. It could be about
That's a good idea.
investment. Yeah, thank you. Could be about investment or ways to get out there in tougher times, right? Like something like that. I
Yep.
think it would
Okay.
be really good.
Great. Thanks a lot.
You're so welcome. Great question. Who else might have a question? Feel free to raise your hand. Now would be a good time for that. Thank you, Jane. I see you. Becky, Jane, can you come on camera? I don't know if you can or not, but if you can, that's terrific.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Girl, I'm in my jammies. So we've had a long day or night, really, but I've got my 4-year-old here, so she's
That's wonderful. Could you put the camera so we can see your sweet face?
Oh, we're like my hair's not done and all that stuff.
Okay. Oh, but look at the 4-year-old, so cute. Okay.
She's putting lotion on mommy. She says I need lotion, but she's being very sweet. But yeah, so I just released a music single,
Oh.
and it's called Fancy Barbie, and a merch line to go with it as well. That's at shopglowstudio.com. And so it's got women's clothes, men's, a little bit for men, and mugs, like, coffee mugs. Quite a number of different designs and things there. And so I'm wanting to, get that stuff all, marketed.
Okay, Jane. Hey, guess what? I started my career in the music business.
Oh my goodness.
I was the director of promotion and publicity at 4 independent record labels. I managed the Rock and Roll Museum, and I also did some artist management and a few other assorted things, but spent 5 years in the music business. So I'm happy to talk to you offline because I don't want to get so in the weeds right now. But I would tell you, first of all, congratulations. And in a certain way, it's almost easier now than ever to get more publicity. Like before, we had to, convince people to play and all kinds of stuff. Hi there. But I think that it would be great to focus in on a wider message and, what's the message of the music? Yeah. It's not just like, oh, you've got an album out. Remember I said to you, I hope you heard this about, it isn't just because Jill's got a new book out, The Prophet of Kindness. Mm-hmm. It's the story of kindness. Okay. So for you, Jane, it's the story of your music. What's the music about?
Right. Oh, it's like a classy girl, fancy girl kind of thing. You know how there's kind of this women's movement going on with I don't know if you know what was happening in Korea and still going on. Some kind of movement, but it's now going, I think it's worldwide now, but it's kind of the battle of the sexes, really. But women are just tired of being putting up with just substandard stuff.
Yeah, so that's the story. Right? It's the story, and of course, anything around the Barbie thing. I mean, you got to go out with that, of course.
Yeah, I'm like a total Barbie. I've always been like a Barbie. So we decided to release the first one.
Me too.
As the Barbie song, and she's my baby Barbie.
Well, I'm the big Barbie, and I have a boyfriend. His name is Fran.
Oh.
And I think you should take her with you on all your PR tours.
I get married with him, and he catches me while I about to fall.
She's not really supposed to date till she's 30, but.
But Jane, you have a story for women. You have a story for young women, older women, a story that's international in basis because, you can point to the Korea piece. You can point, I'm sure, to many other parts of the world where women are not treated equally. And there are too many. So I would bring it in as a story like that. And then I'd also tie it back to Barbie because Barbie's kind of classic and classical, and you can always...
Yeah, that's true. It's mine is it's not really talking about the movement, but it's an example of like when you hear the song, you hear Ken and Barbie going back and forth, of course. And the Barbie girl song, when you listen to the lyrics, it's kind of, I love singing and dancing to the song, but when I listened to the lyrics and was like, oh geez, this is kind of, questionable.
I love that, Jane. And Jane, I also sent you a private chat, and but I definitely want to recommend starting with the bigger story that we talked about. Okay.
I didn't get to jump in. I was stuck in production till just a little bit ago, so I only caught a little bit ago. And is the recording?
Yes, so we'll get the recording, and then I sent you a private chat too.
Oh, your face.
Okay. Okay, I see it, baby. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jill. I'll be
and I want to take Christy's question. Thank you, Christy. You were asking about, that was really fun, And by the way, it just goes to show you how powerful children and dogs or pets, always, if you can use them, I think they're great. And, it's powerful for that. Okay. Chrissy, you're asking about press releases and do they need to look like straight business? No, not necessarily. I mean, listen, I have Christian women and we focus on Christian topics. I have people in I'll call it, alternative movements and other modalities, very esoteric. And we talk about that because there are media that are oriented toward those topics. So I'm not concerned about has to be a certain way. I mean, if you're in business, you want to talk about that, let's talk about that. But Christy, I know your topic and it's probably not suited to business, except maybe to bring holiness to business. That could be good. That could actually be a good story.
Yeah. sacred business, conscious business.
There you go. There you go. And by the way, that's a hot topic right now.
Yeah.
I love that.
But
I love that. I think that's good. And I would do that. And yeah, I'd love to power partner with movements. I mean, mindness, kindness. And yes, if you know power partners, please send them to me. Obviously, we love that. And thank you for that. But really, the thing I want all of you to really hear from today is it's all about different messages. Okay, so Sham, you're asking about thoughts on the publicity, promotion, and personal privacy. Well, first of all, I'm just going to tell you real straight, everybody, social media is not publicity. Period, exclamation point. Social media is not publicity. Publicity is all of the other pieces: print, radio, television, podcasts, blogs. It also, yes, can be someone features you on their Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, Instagram Lives. Perfect, because you're the featured ones. We love that. That's good. And frankly, you're going to have a good message that's resonant. So I'm not concerned about privacy in that regard. You're controlling your message. And I think that that's a key. And it's not social media. So your message is in your control. And that's the good news. It's actually much easier, much better that way. And so with that, I'm going to start wrapping up, but I want to leave you with a couple things. One is a reminder. Go ahead, please. Mary Beth, repeat the link. Sign up for the program. You're going to love it. It's a great, really great opportunity to be with me live on Zoom in simple ways. Just really get your publicity done. That's what I want for each one of you at a really affordable rate. And with that, also to remind you to do something, to take a baby step, to create visibility and get committed to that, because with action creates success. I'm sure you know that. So even a baby step is beautiful. And I want to leave you with another really important message for each of you. And that is that your message matters. Your message matters. And I look forward to helping you. Back over to you, Becky.
Thank you, Jill, and thank you everybody for joining us today. I really took a lot of notes from this message of finding who I am as an individual and not just defining myself as just one particular niche, and embracing who I am and my story, all of it, because that's what we're here for, to be able to serve others and to be able to share our message. So I'm very grateful for everything you shared with us today, Jill. Highly recommend everybody checking out the Media Mastery Intensive. And then also I'm going to put in chat too, if you have further questions, please feel free to reach out to Jill directly. Being able to have this time with her is just a beautiful gift, but to be able to expand that and to connect with her more if you have additional questions is amazing. So please go ahead and do that. We have events weekly, so keep an eye out for us promoting them, and we look forward to having everybody back again soon. For those inquiring on the replay, yes, the replay will be sent out tomorrow. So please keep an eye out for it. For everybody that has registered, you will receive the replay. Thank you everybody again for joining us. We look forward to having you back again soon. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.